You have already had the feeling that women are always one step ahead in the game of seduction, as if they knew something you don't know. And if I told you that there are hidden truths, things they would never admit, but that work directly to your advantage if you know how to use them. Most men enter a relationship totally in the dark. They try to please, to be romantic, to show interest, but continue to be ignored, rejected, or treated as just one more. This is because they are playing the attraction game without knowing the invisible rules that govern the female mind. Meanwhile, women test, observe, and interpret signs that you don't even realize you are emitting. But pay attention. Today, you will learn to turn the game. This video is not about being more beautiful, having more money, or sending perfect messages. It's about something much deeper, understanding what really activates emotional desire in a woman and how you can use it to build not only immediate attraction, but respect and connection within a real relationship. The truth is that there is a psychological universe happening behind the scenes of seduction, and 90% of men are completely blind to it. And the worst, women won't tell you. They will not admit that they feel more attracted to men who know how to maintain the mystery. That value those who show their own value. Yes, to know if you are the kind of man who deserves their interest. What I will show you today are 9 powerful, often uncomfortable, but absolutely real truths that will change the way you see female behavior. These truths are the difference between being seen as an ordinary man or being perceived like that rare guy that they cannot forget. If you are tired of being ignored, getting into frustrating cycles where everything seems to go well in the beginning and then collapses, then you need to watch this video until the end, because what you will learn here will give you emotional advantage. It will show you how to position yourself with confidence, how to awaken desire, and how to gain the kind of attention that does not disappear after some conversations. From now on, your look at the relationship will change. It is not a matter of manipulating, but understanding, to act with emotional intelligence, with posture, with presence. And the first step for that is to understand the first truth they hide from you. And it is more common than you imagine, is to understand the first truth they hide from you. And it is more common than you imagine. But before revealing, I want you to do something now. And that's important. Comment down here. I'm ready to turn the game. And please write this, because this simple phrase will mark the moment you have decided to stop walking in the dark and start seeing the invisible dynamics that always put you at a disadvantage. It's not just about watching another video. It is about changing your mindset. It is about becoming the kind of man who understands the hidden rules of attraction, who has a posture, who knows how to position himself emotionally, and that no longer trying to guess what to do or say. This space here is not just to consume content, it's to evolve together. So leave your comment and take the opportunity now to like if this start has made sense to you, because what comes next goes even deeper. Oh, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Here you will learn not only how to attract, but how to maintain its respect and desire alive. And this is worth gold in a world where most guys are still trying to please or nullify to be accepted. Let's change this scenario together. Now, breathe deeply, because the first truth may seem controversial, but it will open your eyes in a way that you may have never experienced before. Take a deep breath, because the first truth may seem controversial, but it will open your eyes in a way that you may have never experienced before. The number one truth that women will never admit is they are attracted to self-confidence, not for beauty. That's right. What makes the heart accelerate is not a beautiful face or a defined abdomen. It is your energy, your posture, your way of behaving like someone who knows its value. Self-confidence is magnetic because it communicates something that no word can convey: security. And when a man conveys security, he automatically differs from 90% of the guys who live asking for approval. Self-confidence need not be noisy. She is silent but powerful. It is in your gestures, in your tone of voice, in your firm look. And yes, women feel it without you say a word. The second truth is even more uncomfortable for some. They like to be challenged emotionally. And no, this does not mean being rude or disrespectful. It means being a man who does not deliver himself completely in 5 minutes. That does not reveal everything of yourself in the first encounters. Who knows how to create tension, provoke intelligently, keep the game alive? Women connect emotionally with men who are intriguing, who do not deliver all the cards right away. The emotional challenge creates that cold in the belly, that question that makes her think of you after the conversation is over. And this kind of connection, my friend, is what generates genuine desire. The third truth is almost invisible, but it happens all the time. They test you without realizing it. These are small emotional tests, small provocations, sometimes even a cold response on purpose, just to see how you react. If you panic, if you try to compensate, if you justify yourself, you have lost points. But if you respond calmly, in humor, with elegance, you go up on her radar. This is because women want to know if you are emotionally stable, if you are a man who remains firm, even in the face of discomfort. And when she feels that you are this kind of man, something changes. She begins to see you as someone of real value. And that leads us to an even deeper point, because besides what they want, it comes as they evaluate you. And this part is brutal, because you may be being evaluated right now and you don't even know. Your body language, how you walk, how you look in the eye, how you take up space, says much more than your words. A man who shrinks, who seems anxious, who avoids eye contact conveys insecurity. Already a man who moves calmly, who keeps his chest open, who smiles with confidence. This guy stands out effortlessly. Another thing that few men understand, being a good listener is extremely attractive, but not the guy who tries to please too much. Listening carefully shows presence. But when you try to validate everything she says, when she agrees with everything just to look cool, you lose your value. Women are attracted by those who listen. Yes, but especially for those who know how to say no, for those who have their own opinion, for those who remain firm even in disagreement. And perhaps the most important thing, they decipher their social value by observing how you treat others and how to treat yourself. That's right. If you live down, talking badly about yourself, being submissive to everyone, they realize. If you treat others with respect, but impose yourself when necessary, it communicates internal status. What you tolerate, what you ignore, what you demand, all this is being perceived and directly influences the way she sees you. Now you may be wondering, beauty, I understand how they think. But how do I really use it in my favor? How do I make these truths play on my team without having to force anything, without looking for I'm acting? The answer is simple, and at the same time deep. It is about behavior. Being a little unpredictable, for example, creates a constant feeling of novelty. Predictability kills the attraction. If she knows exactly what you are going to say, what will do, when you will call, she loses interest. Now, when you surprise, when you have unexpected attitudes in a good way, it begins to pay attention to your every detail. Mystery is an emotional aphrodisiac. And speaking of aphrodisiac, there is something that surpasses it all: having purpose. Men who are directed, who know what they want, who have goals, naturally become more attractive, because it is synonymous with leadership. And deep down, every woman wants a man who knows where she is going and invites her to be part of that path. The man who lives to the drift aimlessly loses emotional value. Already the man with focus becomes a center of attention. Finally, a truth that changes the whole game. The man who is seen as the prize always attracts more. This means that you need to position yourself as someone of value. You don't have to chase down desperately. You need to show with attitudes that being with you is a choice she should value. You don't have to beg. You need to behave like someone who knows it's desired. These truths are invisible to those who live in automatic mode. But when you start to see it, everything changes. You start playing with strategy, consciousness, with presence. And now that you have heard that, I want you to prove it to yourself that is on this path. Right here in the comments, I am the prize. Simple as that. 3 words that will mark the beginning of your new phase. If you have gotten here, leave the like in this video because it shows that you are different from most. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now, because the next truth that I will reveal to you is the most ignored of all, and it is exactly it that separates unforgettable men from those who are forgotten the next day. Now that you know these hidden truths, the question remains in the air, and I want you to face it with total sincerity. Are you going to keep playing women's game without knowing the rules? You will keep trying to guess what to say, how to act, living in the attempt and error, frustrating with each rejection, with each disappearance, with every situation where you feel that you did the best of yourself. But still, wasn't it enough? Or will you finally turn the game to your advantage? Most men are stuck in a cycle of frustration because they simply do not understand the silent language of attraction. And the craziest of all this is that these rules are happening all the time. You are being evaluated now in your way of speaking, behaving, of positioning yourself emotionally, the way you react when it ignores you, what you do when you feel you are losing control. All of this communicates the kind of man you are. And in this game, what defines if she will want you or forget you, how much you know how to play with emotional intelligence, with internal domain, with attitude of value. You don't have to be the most beautiful, strongest, richest guy. It needs to be the guy who understands behavior, the man who stands out, not because he forces a persona, but because he knows himself, because you know how to use silence, you know when to retreat. You know how to provoke desire without looking needy. This is the man they can't forget. This is the man who leaves emotional mark. And if you arrived here in this video, it is because you are not anyone. You are the kind of face that seeks evolution, who wants to understand what no one explained to you, that no longer accepts to be hostage to the luck, appearance, or approval of others. And that's exactly why I talk to you on the same. I know how frustrating it is to donate and not be valued. I know what it's like to feel invisible, while other guys, who sometimes don't even have so much to offer, get easy attention. But now you already know. They play with strategies that most men ignore. And from today, you can. Now, if this video has opened your mind, if at least one of these truths made you rethink your posture, comments down here with a single word: I woke up. I want to see who is really ready to change level. Who is here just out of curiosity, and who is here to really transform the way it relates to women. Write, I woke up. And if you want to go further, tell me in the comments which of these truths shocked you most. The one that seemed so obvious, but you had never stopped to reflect before. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now it's the time. Click on the subscribe button and activate the bell, because in the next video, I will show you one of the most powerful strategies of seduction psychology, how to use the psychology of absence to make any woman miss you, even if she has already walked away from you. This technique changes everything, and very few people know how to apply it the right way. So you already guarantee your place in the next videos. Oh, and if you're here so far, leave the like. This simple gesture shows me that this content is making sense to you and motivates me to continue bringing real, transformative content and that really work in the real world. I see you in the comments and in the next video.